Welcome to our episode of This Old Ship. I'm your host, Ron Frankowski. Today we'll be getting paint and primer all over in our hair and in our nose.
Okay, my name is Phil Leibold. I'm from Central Vermont. This is my second field day. This is probably my fifth time to the Slater over many years. And I've seen unbelievable improvements over the years. Oh gosh, it's probably 15 years ago. I saw her. I went to school at SUNY Cobleskill and living in Central Vermont now. Originally I grew up in Buffalo, but on a return trip from Cobleskill, I saw the mast and decided to check it out. And I did online, and next time down this way, I came aboard as a tourist. Well, I think it's important to preserve the history and the ships. And I know from my limited experience in active duty many years ago that it's a lot of work. I served on the Joseph P. Kennedy Jr. in the mid-60s. I was a reservist, which meant 2 years in the fleet. Had a hell of a good time. I'd do it again in a minute, even at 81. And when I was on board, we went to the Mediterranean twice. The second time, 1967, we went southbound through the Suez Canal just before the Arab-Israeli War, the War of May of 67. And we were the only American ship in the Red Sea at the time, and we, the ugly Americans, were not able to purchase fuel in that area of the world, and the Navy ended up sending an oiler around South Africa to bring us home. Oh, up here, my work area. I was a quartermaster. I immediately went to the QM gang on the Kennedy. I met her in Gitmo, Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, and came aboard at 0300, and at 0800 I was on the bridge. I spent just a few hours in First Division, and no chipping and painting are very limited. And before I came in the Navy, I had been teaching navigation, so I had the background to be able to go to work in my craft immediately. I enjoy working with people. I should have been an educator. I enjoy that. And so those two factors, and I'm a history buff. Last October I went and spent a month in the Philippines, and I had been doing some history reading, and I spent almost a week in Leyte, piecing together parts of, as an example, the book, The Last Stand of the Tin Can Sailors, which was involved in the largest maritime battle ever. As I said earlier, I think it's important to preserve the ships and educate those people who may not have had the opportunity, whether it's young people or non-military people, of what's involved in war, which is not good, but it's important to help maintain what we believe is a good lifestyle. Oh yes, even though the Slater is much smaller compared to the Kennedy was a gearing class destroyer. The bridge here is probably 25% or a third the size of the bridge on the Kennedy. So on an underway watch with the lookouts and everybody, we would have about 12 people circulating throughout the bridge. I stood the mid watches, which was quarter to midnight to quarter to 0400, and the same at the noontime. And it was I enjoyed underway watches. I miss the sea. peaceful, quiet, go out on the bridge wing at 0200 and the only sound you'd hear maybe a little wind and the waves slapping against the hull of the ship. Stars from horizon to horizon most of the time. Just a great peaceful time. I would have, invite somebody to come along with me, and hopefully they would enjoy it as much as me and have some skills that would be beneficial to the maintenance and improvement of the ship.